Mama, leave me alone.
Come back.
Mama, leave me alone.
Come back here.
Leave me alone. Let my mouth run marathon until my throat is dry with exhaustion and I pant like Usain Bolt after a 200 meters race.
Ikenna, you are a disgrace. In fact, you are a fool. How dare you sacrifice your life by derobing lives that are better than lives, lying to yourself that your words can resurrect the dead, dry bone of hope. Ikenna.
Mama, allow me to speak. Separate us from speak, and all that will be left is seen at its speak. I will sorrow, okay. Maybe all this sorrow will be okay.
Ikenna, you are plaguing with fire that burns. It's a grave mistake to be dancing on the ground surface while beneath it is a grave that has swallowed men like a hungry earthquake, sacrificing men at the belly of the ground.
Mama, there is something worse than a natural disaster. It's called a human disaster.
Hey.
When we neglect warnings until there is war, when we disregard climate changes until there is flooding, and we disperse the peaceful flames of a peaceful protest until they erupt into the violent inferno of a violent protest, Mama.
Ikenna, let's just go. They will jail you for this thing you are saying. I cannot lose you. I will kill myself. Let's go.
Mama, leave me alone, please. Is this government or godvernment? I said, is this government or godvernment? The government of the people, for the people, and by the people, is now the government without the people, not for the people and surely against the people. Or don't you know that the men we elected to govern over our affairs have erected the Tower of Babel to be gods over us? Sacrifice us at their altar of greed. We dare not utter a word. They are gods, the chief priest of the evil deity called wickedness. To freely worship is now war. Bazooka for Bible, open eyes for closed eyes, standing alert for kneeling down and praying, because we do not know when the enemy locks in like a prey. We now wrestle against both flesh and blood, against principalities and powers, against both physical and spiritual wickedness in high places. On that sinister Sunday morning, when St. Francis Catholic Church members waved their hands, it was not at the sight of God, but at the sight of a gun. You take a deep breath in a war understate, and you can still perceive the stench of the cartridge that pressed through their bodies, and the fear still invades every Sunday morning. So please, someone should tell Mama to let me speak. You speak, you die. You don't speak, you still die. All die, no be die. Because those that died of guns, that spoke in tongues, their loved ones are still crying. Mothers of Lekki Tollgate victims won't take their bath for the sight of the bloodbath of their sons. Sons and daughters buried, but their heartful, vengeful spirits still roam and wander at Lekki Tollgate, collecting toll fees, hoping to save enough to sue for justice, since justice is now a trophy tossed to the highest bidder.
Hey.
These people invented tiles because a lot of atrocities have been swept under the carpet. They built mighty houses not for them to live, but to house the money they stole. Their mansion represents the homeless man sure of sleeping on our street, their children abroad. Studying the best universities is a reminder of our dilapidated school buildings, as well as the failed education system. Every time they travel to United Kingdom, America, Canada, Australia, someone in Taraba, someone in Enugu, someone in Bayelsa, someone in Ogun died due to our bad health care. They give us peanuts after harvesting our field of nuts. We must be nuts to plead to eat the nuts when we are co-owners of the field.
Ikenna. Oh, who's good? Ikenna, do you want to die? I'll kill myself. Ikenna, who's good?
I have sinned not a prophet. In the book of Revelation, there is warning for the nation. He that has an ear, let him hear. For the Spirit is saying, I see no way who shall come.
I beg, leave me, Jare, leave me. Is this government or godvernment? I say, is this government or godvernment? The easiest way to be reached, bereft of a business, be in the godvernment. The fastest way to steal and be honored with a chieftaincy title, be in the godvernment. They took corruption vaccine against looting national treasury and embezzling of public funds after privately rendering public sectors as messy as a public toilet. My heart bleeds for the evil that my eyes have seen. Or who told you that this flood couldn't have been averted? But we damn the consequences of not building another dam. Damn it. This flogging flood is a debris of our wound, and we now suffer from its whips. Like the scar of an inborn, while the cataclysmic of our people is a testament of rejection. And this flood is echoing to us. The vengeance is coming to us all as we keep groping in pain and unhappiness, because the light of the world is comfortable, being just the light at the end of the tunnel, leaving the beginning of the tunnel with nothing but the candle of hope, which have been hid under a bushel. Oh, that gloomy tunnel where many make love with cowardice, and the child of such unholy act is anxiety, fear, weak, first of its name. Many valiant men should speak, but chicken out in shame, because Romans 30 pieces of silver has hanged Judas' conscience in the tree of our new fight of corruption. We live in a nation where freedom of speech does not mean you could freely speak, right? And the only people that have freedom of speech actually is the dumb, because they can't speak.
Okay now.
In 1986, Delegawa was killed by a letter bomb, and later in 1995, Ken Serawayo was executed by hanging, and corruption thought it won. But winning can be an illusion when victory is still in contention.
kunyoto. No. Ikenna kuni. Chimo ebupo emo kwa kika. Ikenna, I say this thing. Somebody help me! Somebody help! You cannot do this to me. Oh, what's on the I did it! I did it!